Greetings and salutations, fans of Dota 2. It is I, Badger, here for some more League of Lads Season 7 action. I am here tonight for a 2-game melee between Nexty on the Radiant and Nearly Tilted on the Dire. Now for both these teams, they are looking towards playoffs right now. Nearly Tilted and Nexty, I believe, are both like 1 or 2 wins mathematically away from clinching a playoff spot, but both of them obviously are going for seeding right now. So as it currently stands, looking over at the records, let's pull up the wrong team. We got the record of Nearly Tilted. They are currently 6-2, which is quite good. It is very good, and they're hoping to extend that tonight. Though Nexty have had a good season so far, they're looking to do well as well. They're 5-3 currently. Let's pull it up. I will be joined by the one and only Artorius. I'm not sure when quite yet, but I'm sure it'll be soon. It'll be in the near future, I believe. I hope. Looking over at heroes though, got some bans in the sidebar. We got AA Lion banned by Radiant, Puck Nyx Assassin banned by the Dire. Got a Grimstroke first pick overall. If you played, I'm sure by hype this game, and then they have a Doombringer coming out for Nexty. So that'll be the offlane hero I believe selected there. I believe Noah's their offlaner, yeah. So we have Noah Doombringer. I always mix up Ned and Noah's names sometimes because they both start with N and they're both on Nexty, which also starts with N, so it's something a little more obvious though is the Tree Heart Earth Spirit. We know where that one's going already. Should be a good time to see there. Something that will be interesting though is how will Nearly Tilted respond to that one. They already see the entire offlane duel, that's the Doombringer and the Earth Spirit, so perhaps they might even say, you know what, we can 8-pick this carry hero for Near. We can protect it with 3 bans and go on with that one. And then we have an entire lanes decided, with it being the Near carry plus Grimstroke into the Doombringer plus Earth Spirit. If you're wondering where Artorius is, he is on the way quite soon. He's in the lobby. Not sure quite where he is quite yet, but he is going to be here soon. They do actually go for that option though. They pick the carry right now. They say, you know what, we see the lane combo, it's Doombringer, Earth Spirit. Pick the Wraith King. He's a hero who can, relatively well lane into that one. Has the Reincarnate to counter out the Doom. He's a tanky, brawling hero in the lane. Can leave the lane relatively early with the Skeletons. I like this pick a lot from Nearly Tilted. It's not the flashiest, highest skill hero for Near, but I'm sure Near, being a player of his caliber, can play good old Wraith King. I'm actually curious to see what kind of build he goes for. We've seen a couple more active builds happen recently, like the Blink, Armlet, Deso type stuff. We've seen Fume obviously go for the more... I'm going to call it the Fume build. Obviously, he didn't invent it, but it's like the Gloves of Haste into don't buy a Midas, buy a Radiance. Is for the attack speed with the Gloves of Haste. That build could work. Has worked out pretty well for Fume a lot recently, so wouldn't be shocked if Near, being a relatively similar style of carry to Fume, goes for that similar sort of Gloves of Haste into Radiance build there, but... Looking over at the other things on the screen right now, we got some bans. A Clockwork and a Mars being banned out by the Radiance. Good bans, of course. Good hero from Jay, good hero from Maestro. Might as well ban them out. Flip side, Nearly Tilted say, we're going to ban out these core heroes. We're going to ban out the Dusa, ban out the Invoker, ban out the Terrorblade as well. And almost the Terrorblade ban almost makes me want to think, hey, they're thinking Radiance on Wraith King. They do not want to have that Radiance burn reflected, perhaps. Honestly, it's a very good carry in general. A hero that Vix plays well, a hero that matches up well into a lot of different potential heroes if it's picked, say, 17. I think Doom is pretty good. I don't think Doom is a top of the meta offlaner, but I think he has a lot of applications into a number of the popular mids right now. Where the mids excel. A lot of them are these heavy spellcasters. Obviously, a lot of them can simply, walk away from the Doom. Like a lot of these heroes, like say Leshrac, are very fast, high move speed heroes who just walk away from the Doom. But Dooming a hero like that can really remove their ability from a team fight. Look at Leshrac, Ember, Storm, Void Spirit, all heroes that want to really cast a ton of spells. We don't really generally want to buy Lincolns that often nowadays. You see him buying like Aeon Disc, you see him buying BKB, neither of which are Doom counters, so I think it makes sense. And they go the Winter Wyvern with that 15 pick, which is nice. It's a good game for Winter Wyvern. Put it on whoever the Wraith King's going on. Put a Winter's Curse up potentially on a hero like whatever 4 or 3 comes out. You never know. Honestly, Wraith King, a lot of damage, so a lot of fun to be had there. It's just a nice, reliable pick you can pick into a lot of different potential 3-4 combos, because right now they're picking this Wyvern blind into the 3-4. because newly tilted are probably going to grab their 3-4 right now. Either that or maybe their 4 and their 2 if they want to protect Slendy's hero with the 18 pick, perhaps. If they grab their 4 right now, that is the 4 Shaman from Maestro, we're assuming. Though it could, of course, be the 4 Grimstroke and the 5 Shaman, depending on what they're thinking about. But I think it's probably going to be the Grimstroke 5 and the Shaman 4. Wait a minute, I don't have Artorius for the draft. Why is he here if he's not here for the draft? That's his whole job, is to carry me through the draft. Fuck. That's not important. Not important. I am a former competitive level drafter. I'm sure I can do some strategy still. I like seeing this newly tilted draft, though. I'm curious to see what they go at 18 for Nexty. It's probably going to end up being their carry, unless they have some like cheese here they want to protect. It ends up being their carry, 17 pick Ursa. Obviously, they're blind picking into an offlaner right now, but you know, the Ursa lanes well into a lot of different offlaners. The hero can lane basically into most offlaners in the game. Potentially, newly tilted could go Batrider for Jay. I think that might make sense. That's a hero who can really bother Ursa before Ursa has 6. It's a hero who later in the game can still be able to disrupt Ursa's ability to be relevant in team fights. Versus Ursa that I admire suboptimally. On the flip side, Sand King could work, but that's a kind of a rough lane there. Obviously, Wyvern will buy detection, and Ursa can kind of run at your hero, so maybe not the best lane in the world. Looking at other unbanned offlaners, Centaur, a hero who has been getting less and less popularity as patches going on, but still, hero's a good hero. Hero's in the pool. Hero actually, I think Centaur makes a lot of sense from newly tilted, because you grab it for Jay. Jay is a very good Centaur player. You pop that Stampede when Doom's used. You pop that Stampede when Magnetize is used. Pop that Stampede when that fucking Ursa Bear is running at you, and just hope that the Wyvern isn't in a position to ruin your Stampede like a 3-man Winter's Curse. I would love to see a Centaur pick here for decided newly tilted. I think it would really complete what they're trying to do conceptually here. We have a minute reserve time still, and they are running through a lot of it, if not all of it, right here, right now. Thinking about that 18 pick. Alternatively, they could go for a mid laner, and they. Oh no! I mean, I understand why they did it, but I just don't like it. Like, I understand you have the jump in hero with Wraith King, therefore you can have a more damage heavy offlaner like Venno, but I just don't think Venno's good. The idea behind it, I'm sure, is to put it in the lane against the Ursa, kite him around, slow him around, ruin his early game, and then be a hero in the team fights who can consistently, you know, dish out damage, put out this uncontrollable damage with the Poison Nova and the Venomous Gale, all this stuff. But I'm just a little bit concerned that this hero might be the target in the team fights. They might be putting the Winter's Curses on the Venom. They might be jumping him with the Earth Spirit. They might be jumping him with the Ursa. We'll have to see how Jay positions the team fights. And I trust Jay's. I'm sure they're talking right now. Jay and Nier are talking. And Jay says, you know, I can play Venom in these team fights. I'm 7k offlaner. I'm good at Dota. I can position in the team fight. I can get my abilities off. And I don't blame them for trusting Jay's judgments in regards to picking Venom. It's not my personal preference. I would not have picked this hero here, but I think it makes a lot of sense. I'm just curious to see as to what Nexty end up doing with this last pick, this 24th pick, because there's a lot of holes that need to be completed in this draft. Obviously, they have some very good first 4 heroes, but they need one hero to put it all together, and it's going to need to both, you know, lane well into Slendy's hero, and be able to man fight, or potentially not just get run down by a man fighting Wraith King, and potentially be able to jump this Venom. And maybe if you can solve 2 of those issues, or potentially one of them plus like jumping supports in the backlines, it might work. Problem is, a lot of the good mids for this game are bans. A hero like, say, Storm, Ember, Void Spirit, all relatively hard to execute this game because there are a lot of instant disables. There is that Hex, which is obviously the big one, but it also is a fast emission silence from Grimstroke, which is a fast emission stun from Wraith King. There's a lot of means. Like, once a Shaman has like a blink and a Aghanim Shard, it's going to be a very, very hard game to play, say, one of the spirits. Lina would be the obvious pick, but obviously, understandably, next year banning that out. They don't want to deal with the Slendy Lina. It is extremely potent, so they're removing that one. Getting that one out of the game right here, right now. Leshrac is not bad. I think Leshrac could work for the for either team, actually. I think Leshrac's a very good hero right now. I think both teams could use it. actually curious as to see. I'm sure at this point it's mostly a personal preference for Newly Tilted, given they're picking it blind lane-wise. It's, hey, what hero can you lane into a bad matchup comfortably? And that'll be on whatever Slanty wants to say, pick blindly. Though having a hero who could potentially deal with a hero like Earthspear or a hero like Doom would obviously be a nice. But easier said than done sometimes in Dota. Just counting out the entire draft of one hero. There's a limited amount of reserve time though for both picks. Not quite sure where Artorius is at this fine time. I'm gonna message him on Discord. And I quote, "Where you at?" Thought he'd be here by now. Still not here, by the way, but I'm sure he'll be here soon. I'm sure he won't leave me hanging for too long, right? Yeah, this is 14 seconds of reserve time at this current time. Where they go, no one knows. Perhaps they know. They go for double Shrek, though. I like this pick a lot. I think this is a lot of damage, a lot of stuns, relatively tanky for an int-based spellcaster. I am a big fan. I think if the Leshrac does not fall behind this game, it's going to be a fantastic game to play the Lesh. Obviously, the Aghanim Shard with that repeated sort of pulsating split earth, the 4 times split earth, is fantastic at pushing high ground. It is fantastic at defending high ground. It is fantastic at the Roche Pit fights. It gives you everything you want in an Aghanim Shard. I am a big fan of this Leshrac pick. And I like this Newly Tilted draft. I think for Nexty, it's... Well, now what? It's not going to be easy to counter out all of this. I think Newly Tilted put together a nearly flawless draft here. I'm a big fan of this Newly Tilted draft. I think for Nexty, it will have to be more an execution in this game than a draft. Because I think they have a good concept here on Radiant. They have an obvious win condition. It is team fight well. It's big ultis in the Ursa. Get Roshan. Ooh, okay. Okay. I dig it. Why not? Sounds fun. I don't know what it does, but I like it. I think sometimes you look at a concept like what Dire has, and you say, you know what, let's throw them off a little bit. Because they're going to go in here with these sort of initiations, right, where it's going to be Blink, Hex, into Shackle, into Initiate with an Ink Swell, with the Wraith King, Wraith Fire Blast, all these things. But if you throw in a Global Silence into that, you can really disrupt the initiation chain that Dire has. I still prefer Dire's draft, but actually, I think this is an interesting silencer game. I think if Noah plays very well, it's on the same page with his team, and can really disrupt what Dire are looking to do, then Radiant have a very obvious win condition, and that is win a key fight or two, gain map control, take over the Roshan, get Roshan for Aegis, second Aegis, take over the Dire Tri-Camp, start controlling the map and choking out Dire, make this Leshrac pick be underfarmed, make this Wraith King pick be underfarmed, force them to push lanes suboptimally and catch them with your catch on Ursa and on Earthspirit and Doom. I actually really love the Silencer pick. I still think the Dire draft is better, but the Silencer pick makes a lot of sense. And I'm curious to see how exactly they play around it this game. Okay. I'm excited. I'm actually really excited for this Silencer pick, because you don't see that many Silencer games. You see these, more conventional middle laners that, do stuff. Have to, crowd control or man fight or something. Silencer's it's a different style of mid laner.
It's simply too
And you know what? It is simply too base, my friend. I'm a fan of this. I'm a big fan, actually. If you're wondering where Artorius is, good question. That's a good question, because I don't know still. He should be here by now. Regardless, though, my name's Badger. Welcome to a 2-game series between the side of Nexty, who are currently occupying the Radiance, and, I can take this little buddy off right here. There it is. Nexty, who currently occupy the Radiant side of the map, and Newly Tilted, who occupy the Dire side of the map. Both these teams are towards the top of group number A. Wait. Group letter A. They obviously, one win separates these two teams right now. Newly Tilted are 6-2, Nexty are 5-3. Both teams are going potentially for the number 1 seed in the group. More likely for upper brackets. Rights. You know what? Should be a fun time. I actually have cast with Slurgan a few times. I think 3 times now, might be twice. You can find the VODs out there somewhere, but I have been favoring a couple other co-casters, notably Artorius, who is not here, Bulljax, Sasquatch. They obviously are all very cerebral gamers. The Great Fire Blast is there on Treeheart, though he got the bounty rune, but he is being run at now. He has a skill point still, can skill roll, instead skills the Boulder Smash. Maestro is still running at this man, though. They want to get this first blood, but now Maestro might be the first blood instead. Noah is hitting, Wyvern is there, Ursa is there, Vix is hitting, but they have a lack of disable, it appears. Maestro is going to try to deny to this tower. We're seeing a TP in from Wyvern to secure this first blood. Levi is there. They really want this first blood. We're going to give it to. They're going to give it to the tower. Oh no, Maestro has made such an absurd amount of space. An absolutely absurd amount of space. And we are now being joined by the one and only 7K Canadian extraordinaire Artorius. How are you tonight?
City Morgue, you tag him, we bag him.
Jesus Christ. So interestingly, I thought they were going to go with the Silencer mid lane and the Doombringer off lane. They instead put the Doombringer middle in the Silencer off lane. You have any idea why they're doing that?
You know, Silencer, a great hero, clicks for a lot of damage until you get clicked back and you realize, oh wow, this is a dog shit hero.
I, for one, was into the pick. I liked it. I liked it. You know, that's what matters. I liked it. You get the badge or seal of approval. That's all that matters, right? I definitely have followed the meta in the last 7 years, yes.
Yes.
Hype, though, is headed forward with his Moya Maestro headed towards Noah. Noah is now fully being zoned from this lane. Arcane Curse is there on 2, but Noah is very low. So is Maestro. Treeheart is hitting. Noah is hitting. Maestro is low, but nobody should die. Everybody is injured. Your regen is forced, but got a little bit too excited for like a first blood on that one.
See, you got clicked 5 times, had to pop us out.
He's got 3 armor. He's got oh god, he has no stats. He's got no stats on a hero whose only job is to right-click things right now. Oh god. Slendy and Ned appear to be in a bit of a death duel. Water Rune was grabbed by Ned. Slendy will miss the split earth, but the Edict is still hitting. Ned should go down. Fairy Fire is there. Edict is still going. And Slendy will drop a second blood, the first official blood that was not drawn by a tower, there on Ned's Doombringer middle lane. So, right now, Dire have done a good job so far in the lanes. They have zoned out Noah as much as they can in the top lane. They've done a good job of winning the mid lane. Made a lot of space with that sacrifice life that Maestro had. Bottom lane, though, Jay used the Gale, but now he's being run at by Vix. Vix may hit this kill, needs 2 more hits. Will not get them, actually. My mic's not muted, is it?
No.
Okay, I need to check my OBS.
We bag him.
Jesus Christ.
I can hear
So
you
interestingly, okay, I think my mic is working.
DOS is just flaming you.
Is it possible? I just unmuted my stream to listen to it, and I heard it. So let's get double checked. You say some words. I am technicals.
I just heard myself too. I don't like my voice.
Now do I? Don't worry.
Yikes.
Okay, I'm looking at OBS. It's going through on my end. Might have been a temporary problem situation, but it should be solved. I'm gonna check my delay one more time on the 2-band delay version. Hype, though, is headed forward with his Moya Maestro headed towards Noah. Noah. Okay, it's working on that end too, so I'm not sure exactly what's going on over there. Let me put the Twitch in. See, I expect that from Sawyer Dream, but I don't expect that from DOS. DOS is old.
I mean, that is a boomer joke.
Good point, actually. Good point. That's the great part about knowing DOS is somebody in LAN is more of a boomer than I am. It's great. Even though he's 10 years my senior. Bottom lane, Maestro is in danger. Vix is running, has that Shadow has 1 more hit, kills Maestro, so now a second death in the game for the Maestro on Shadow Shaman. Top lane, Noah is in danger, is being run up to kick away from Treeheart. Should be A-OK. And is A-OK.
She ran this Earth Spirit Silencer lane recently, and it's pretty good because offensively it's very good. Obviously, you have a lot of damage coming up from Silencer, and you kind of have to catch with the Earth Spirit. But then on the flip side, if your Silencer ever gets gone on, you can just kick him out. and it's kind of early game 4 staff for Silencer.
Now, Artorius Silencer by his own 4 staff. I'm sure at some point in this game, he has a Witchblade currently in the quick buy, but I'm sure after that might be a Hurricane Pike, perhaps. You never know sometimes with Silencer. Top lane supports a brawling, neither should die. Roll is coming in from Treeheart. Hype should actually end up dying here. He's being slowed by that Orb of Venom on Tree. No, it's not Orb of Venom. It's only an Urn. But Hype actually is too fast. Never mind.
Kick here, though.
Never mind. The kill is there. It is secured on Hype. Urn charges have been replenished. So all is well right now for, all as well as it can be for Nexty in this top lane. Middle lane. Seeing spells being thrown out by Doom and spells being thrown out by Lesh. Nothing of value is being gained or lost in either direction. So all is well. Top lane roll is there on Nier. Kick is hit, Urn is used, Nier is fighting, but a kill will be drawn by Noah. Hype TP's in, but not in time. He's looking for Treeheart. Went in with that Inkswell, but had nowhere to go. Bottom lane, Vix is running at Jay, but the Shekel is there from Maestro. And now Jay is turning with the wards. In comes Slendy. In comes some creeps. Vix is in danger. Vix goes down. They move to Levi. Had that Splinter Blast, is now on the run, but is being hit a run at. Split Earth was missed by Slendy, but they are still running. Levi is slowed. He's slowed by that Poison Sting, and will eventually go down to Jay, actually, somehow.
Didn't cancel the clarity, Sag.
I feel like I'm definitely hyped up right now, you know? I'm definitely hyped up. I'm enjoying the Dota 2 on my screen tonight, which is always fun. Sawyer Green is not happy with me. Suck it. Top lane though, roll is there on Hype. It was missed though. Kick is hit though. In comes Fire Blast there onto Noah. Pipe will go down. It's -2 once again. Now we're seeing a TP in from Maestro on Shadow Shaman. Noah is fighting. Nier is fighting. Reincarnate still is not up. Noah is on the run. He's being fast enough actually. Cool Sounds is used. He's still trying to run, but Nier is faster by 25 move speed. And is there any help? Hex is there from Maestro. Is there Reckless? The Fire Blast is there. Down goes Noah. And now Treeheart might have looked a little bit for Nier at the very end, but did not want to give his life in that one. It's fun! I like when it's like this. It's fun. I would call it difficult, but Doss is in my chat, and he would take offense to me saying that, so I'll just call it exciting and action-packed.
It looks like they want to kill this lane again.
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing supports wrap around. Fire Blast is there onto Noah once again. Now in comes Hex, in comes Circle of Fate, in comes Aether, in comes Shackle. Silence will come as well from Hype onto Noah. Noah's still alive, dies now. Now in comes Ned. Nier should go down, but has the Reincarnate. Maestro is fighting. Treeheart will roll actually in to Maestro. Maestro is now still fighting. Treeheart goes down. Ned is not the one fighting, but has no mana for. He has not even skilled Doom. Now Splinter Blast is there onto 2, but Nier is still fighting. Ned is trying to run, and now a skilled Doom. Doom's up onto Nier. Nier is being hit by that Arctic Burn from Levi, but Levi does not have damage, it appears. Now Maestro TP's away. There is no cancel. And looking at Nier, he should barely survive if he likes to let these creeps. Yeah, he will barely survive here on Doom. Once he dies to the creeps here? Ooh. Almost. But for Nexty, these fights have been an absolute, complete, and objective disaster in the last few minutes in the top lane.
Yeah, and you gotta be a little bit worried. I know this Doom just picked up Midas, but it is a Doom. He pretty much has 2 built-in Midases, in a sense. So if the other team has a net worth advantage, it's almost like having an Alchemist. You never want to be behind as an Alchemist.
Yeah, I mean, Doom is just, you accelerate, but sometimes you just don't actually do anything. Love to see what Ned buys to make his hero have more consistent mid-to-late game impact. Not quite sure what it'll end up being quite yet. We're seeing a 2-man smoke build from Noah and Treeheart. Perhaps they're rendezvousing onto Nier, who has no Reincarnate. It's on cooldown, but Nier, the awareness, he's TP'd to the tri-camp, away from danger, knowing or not the danger existing. See that ward to the smoke? Did Iros have one?
I don't know if it saw the smoke, but it definitely saw the Doom and the Wyvern.
So regardless, good TP from Near Heat at his nice little happy place to try camp. Middle lane though, Vix might not be a happy place. Slendy and Maestro are coming. Shackle will be the initiation, it appears. Or perhaps Hex. Oh, the Hex was missed though by Maestro! In Vix will walk away and tip in his retreat. The tip is returns. But for the Dire, they will not get the kill there on that Vix Ursa.
Just a little bit unfortunate. There was still global silence, however, so it would have been hard to get that kill. But they at least could have forced out a global silence.
And it's a very long cooldown. Look at the cooldown on global silence. 100. That's it. 130. That's still pretty long though.
It's still 2 minutes.
And there's a lot of very long cooldowns for the Radiant this game. Obviously, Doom is 145 cooldown. Global silence currently 130. Once Winter's Curse is skilled, that's a 90-second cooldown. So these are a hell of a lot less flexible than Dire Side, which they don't really need certain wards to fight. They don't really need. Obviously, there's no cooldown on Post Nova. They don't really even need like Poison Nova either. So it's they can just keep fighting there with their abilities. Now mid lane, Sunday comes in looking for Ned. Split Earth though was missed. That one was a very hard one. 2 hits. That one was not happening. Bottom lane, Maestro may be in danger. Was looking for a wraparound gank, but his friend Slendy, but now in come the Radiance. Levi appears to be the target. Pulse Nova is there from Slendy. Split Earth is pumped a few times now. The Curse is there. Winter's Curse onto the Lesh. Global Silence is used. They definitely are going to kill Slendy. Question is, can they get more? Maestro appears to be in severe danger. It's being hit by that Arctic Burn. Will go down. It's 2 more kills for Nexty, and once again they regain the kill lead, and they are back to about dead even in net worth advantage. Though, as you mentioned before, that is with the Doom being on the Radiant.
That was actually a very interesting mechanic. So Wyvern ulted the Lesh, and there was no enemy units around it, so in theory it should have ended in half the duration. But I think the neutral creeps counted as enemy units, and it didn't end the Winter's Curse in half the duration, despite nothing actually hitting Lesh.
Sad tale. Since you were not here for the draft, I have a I have a question for you. What are your thoughts on this Zeno pick? I understand why they did it, but I'm hesitant to like it this game.
Well, they probably weren't wanting to pick the Veno based on what their support picks are. However, I'm assuming they saw the Ursa and then picked Venomancer.
Alright, in comes the roll. Magnetize is there. They're looking for Jay. Jay's on the run. Certain wards are used. Poison Nova is used. But Dire will lose 2. Treeheart appears to be the trade. So it's a 2-for-1 trade, though one that is certainly in favor of side of the Radiance. Unless somebody else dies here, but I don't think anyone else dies here.
No, there's a Wyvern and a Salve, so...
Unless somehow, like, Wyvern dies here, or no one died! It's a disaster! Speaking of abject and complete disasters, oh no. So Dire end up getting the top tier 1 tower in that chaos. They get it somewhere in that, at all the beginning. And it ends up being a 2-for-2, and Nexty obviously committed a lot more resource-wise to that fight. They committed a lot of heroes. They committed Magnetize. That's not a fun time.
Yeah. So, back to the draft thing, though. I'm assuming they picked Venomancer after the Ursa?
It was Ursa 17, Veno 18, yeah.
Yeah, so we saw... Who was it? Was it was Team Psych that took the game off Nearly Tilted, where they 17 picked near Ursa, and then they got Venomancer, and they got owned by the Venomancer pick. And it really is just an Ursa counter, and a pretty good one at that. So I'm assuming that's just what the thought process was. Obviously, it's okay against Wyvern. It kind of cares about Earth Spirit, but not really. It doesn't really care Silencer. And if Venomancer's getting doomed, I'm sure he's perfectly okay with that.
Well, Radiant, they're once again forcing the smoke. Near's TP, but they actually found him this time before he TP'd away. Now he's trying to fight there with that Armlet and that Wraithfire Blast. Reincarnate level 1 is up, though, so that's not a very good one to have up. The Doom is there on Slendy. Slendy goes down. They move over to Near. Reincarnate will be popped in one more hit from Noah. or not even barely needed. Gale is there now. In comes Witcher's Curse. Will be used onto 3 ultimately. They want to get Jay. Roland is there onto Jay. Jay is in danger. Cannot get spells off in time. He's still silenced. But now it's back from Lesh. Lesh is fighting. The Link is there onto. Nova goes down. Levi goes down. Once again, roll in from Treeheart, but Treeheart ends up dying there to the entirety of nearly Tilted, who are now there. And it somehow it started so well there for the Radiants. But once again, the fight turns into a complete disaster. And this glyph as well will buy a kill onto Ned. That's a fantastic glyph, whoever did that on Dire. Now I go with the Pulse Nova, they go with Stroke of Fate. Actually, Stroke of Fate was missed. Whoever glyphed there on Dire is an entirely big brain gamer, though. That almost killed Ned there on the Doombringer.
Fantastically, well, fantastic. It was a great curse, but they just lacked damage after the curse ended. Their Doom was already gone, having run out of Scorched Earth and already used Doom. And Ursa was on the other side of the map farming, so it kind of just, once that Lesh bought back, it just turned into a 4v3, where there weren't any spells left on the Radiant, so they were just right-clicking with a Earth and Spirit and Wyvern. Like, yeah, sure, you still have Silencer right-clicking, but Silencer can only right-click one person.
Something I find interesting is I'm looking at these carry builds, and they start off very similarly. Both Vix and Nier went for early fighting items. Nier went for the armlets, and Vix went for the Diffusal. But now they're diverging. Vix is going to BKB second, while Nier's going back for the Radiance. Which means Radiant really are going to need to win this game soon. They're now once again forcing the issue. They're headed to the Roshan pit, but they need things to start going well. These fights have not been going quite well, and they need them to. And one step to start that is get that Aegis on Vix, allow him to perhaps play more aggressively in the fights. Now, though, the supports are trading. In comes the Infernal Blade there onto Hype. In comes Wolf from Treeheart. Net is there as well. Down goes Hype. And now the Aegis goes to Vix. In comes Jay. Has all the slows in the world onto Treeheart. It's a fantastic 4-man curse onto Jay. Jay goes down. In comes Treeheart. He magnetizes all 4. Reincarnate is popped. Maestro goes down. The Link is there onto. They're now still fighting, though. Nier has them Reincarnate. He's low. Vix, though, is stunned. In comes Ned looking for a Slendy. The Doom is there. The Net is there. The Shrek will go down. And now Hype. He bought back. He needs to run. It is an absolute fight win that's absolutely needed for Nexty. And it was absolutely beautiful. The 4-man curse there from Levi. Fantastic.
Yeah, that was... I'm surprised they bought back on the Grimstroke to fight that. Aegis down and they just get a free pick on your Grimstroke. I guess they thought they could go... Oh, never mind.
Now, speaking of going, they're going again onto Maestro. Maestro was hit by that Inkswell and started to run away. Vix wanted to get that one, but could not find it, and they'll head back over to parlay that team fight win, perhaps into a little Tier 1 tower siege. Though Hype and Maestro are still defending. Alright, there's a roll once again. It was missed this time. They will find Hype. Anyways, Hype, that's a tieback technically on the Grimstroke. Don't think it'll matter too much, but now Nier comes in looking for Noah. Has that Blink Dagger. Now he's being focused. Serpent Wards are dropped as he traps Vix inside him, and he gets outside easily. He's under Ursa, of course. Noah goes down. Reincarnate is back. Cycles are there on Treeheart, but Treeheart's still fighting. Vix is still fighting. Vix has Aegis. Nier, half HP. He's low. Ned, Treeheart want to get him. They blink in. He's low. He armless. Can he toggle it? The urn, it's once again there. Nier, so low. Treeheart rolls in. Tries to get something. Armlet still there. Treeheart goes down. Nier still alive. Back to the rest of the fight. Now Radiant, they're on the run. It was so great earlier. It's a disaster now. Split Earth is there on Levi. Pulse Nova is there. Levi, he's hexed. He will go down. And well, suddenly the game is looking a lot worse again.
Yeah. Start from one fight that I have no idea why they took it, and then it was looking good, and then the curse comes out, then they get gone on again, then they engage and kind of lose it, and then they engage again and it finally works, and I'm confused.
I'm looking over at Nier's item builds. He's recognizing, hey, wait, they're running at me right here, right now. I cannot delay my build this game. So he's opting not to go with the Radiant. He went for a Blink Dagger, as I mentioned in the last fight. He's going into a full Desolator after that. He's going full-on fighting build. He says, you know what? My team is fighting. They need me to fight. I cannot farm Radiance. I must buy items that do something. That makes sense. I like it. He's looking out for Noah top lane. Will blink in there with the Wraithfire Blast. He's keeping in on Jay, so Noah will be the target, perhaps, if they want to go, but Reincarnate's still on cooldowns. Perhaps they're not going. Silence is there. Little silence is used. Now, Jay is low. And Nier tried to get Noah, but the embrace was there from Levi, so Noah is still completely fine. Now Radiant are the ones, Nexty, their 5-man top lane, perhaps looking for that top tier 1 tower, which is still somehow alive. But Dire can defend if they want to. They have 3 currently, and the remaining 2 have TPs. So now they go in onto Levi. Levi is low, so it's kicked away by Treehard. Now, Magnetize is used. Ned goes into the BKB looking for Maestro. He actually gets Ward Trapped, but he will get away from that. Now Nier is man fighting. He has Reincarnate up once again. Vix heads in. Nier goes down. Poison Nova is used onto 2, and now Treehard is low. Nier, though, is back. Blinks away. The curse, though, this time was only on 2-1, only on 2J. Now Soulbind is there. On 2-2, Levi, Noah, both low. Jay, dead. Levi, very low. Vix, man fighting at Nier, but Nier is being kited. Back to Noah. Puts the curse there on Nier. Back to the Arm of the fight. Height on the run from Ned. Ned kills him. Back to Nier once again. He kills Vix eventually. Now he looks to re-engage. He has a blink up, goes in onto Noah. Wraithfire Blast is there. Noah is low. Splitter is used. Kills Noah. They now move to Ned. Ned, though, has blink in one. Will blink up to the side and should escape. Maybe not, actually. He hits back into Nier. Reincarnate is still on cooldown. This is a death duel for sure. But Nier, though, appears to be a little bit too fast for Ned to find. Perhaps not, actually. The Armor Toggle was attempted, but it was missed. Now Slendy wants to avenge his man. Maestro has returned, has the Hex, has the Checkle, and they should kill Ned. This is just a wild and crazy Dota game right now.
Your desolation and the world's are one.
You don't know if that's worth for the Radiant there on Doom to turn around and kill him. You're 15,000 net worth Doom, and you just died to kill a 10k net worth Wraith King.
But what matters is the style points. You went in, he did not armor toggle properly, you got the kill there, and think about it, right? You're a mid laner, he's a carry. And 1 is more valuable than 2, right? Isn't that how that works? Maybe not.
No problem.
Looking over at net worth, though, it's still relatively even, though, as we mentioned, I think 4 different times this cast, there is the Doombringer effect. Look at the net worth graph. Look at this graph.
I don't know how to bring up the graph.
Press F6. Do you see the graph?
Looks like a big ass W.
It's crazy. It's literally it's up and down and up and down. It's getting back down again because Dire's farming creeps and Radiant are 5-man grouped. But
I could have said that looks like so many things. Aren't you glad I said it looks like a W?
yeah, I'm very happy you did actually.
My inner 6-year-old wanted to come out.
I know. It comes out a lot. I hear it a lot. This time, though, we managed to keep it inside, where it belongs.
That's weird, wanting a 6-year-old inside of you.
Yeah, that's... Jesus Christ. No comment. But, looking over at the Dire, they're splitting the map a hell of a lot more right now. Look at Maestro. He's just pushing into bottom tower. He uses the Serpent Wards fully. Radiant, they're 5-man smoke, which means this tower should be the sacrifice. Now Dire have to know something is up. Like, hey, we're pushing in the top lane, pushing in the bot lane, we're in this jungle, we're in our tri-camp, where the hell are the enemies? So they're not playing defensive. They're headed to the right over here. They're headed all the way into the trees over here. They were in the trees earlier up here. And now they head down into the jungle, but they appear to have been finding nobody so far. Maybe they'll find Maestro with the smoke, but that's not the kill you want after your tower's dead. I mean, Maestro for a tower, and they're not even finding him. Okay, they have now found him. They will certainly kill the Shaman. But you know what? That is a fantastic macro movement there. For the side of Nearly Tilted. And notice, Jay, top lane, Slendy, mid lane, Nier, jungle. And look at where Nexty's farming. Nowhere. If you're Nexty, what do you do to start winning this game at this point?
I think they have the right idea. They have their BKBs, they want to take a fight, so they smoked up as 5 and tried to go. The only problem is they didn't have their lane shoved out. They lose a tower because of it.
And the problem is, what if Newly Tilted just don't give you a fight ever? Then what do you do? The roll is there on Jay top lane. Actually, it was missed a little bit. Kick in the pole are there because of Guardian Greaves. Inkstall is now there. Roll once again is there. Now Gold Hounds is used onto all 5, of course. They're still running, but they found nobody quite yet. Might blink in with Ned. It is up. There's roll there onto Jay. Jay. They actually go to near instead. Soulbind is there. BKBs. He's fine for now. Doom, pump fake. Jay, the target, low. He moves to near, and Jay. Winter Curse is there on 3. It's fantastic. They will kill Maestro with that one. Now Jay goes down as well. Now Vix goes in onto Slendy. Slendy is low. He's man fighting. Might kill Treeheart. Splitter is there onto the 2, but now Treeheart still alive. Slendy low goes down. They move to Hype. Hype goes down. 4-4-0. And Nier is down reincarnate. He has to run away. They used the you said they used the Doom on the Leshrac Lincolns there?
Yep, and they still won the fight 4-0.
I just love watching Nexty play, dude. Like, I'm not sure if there's any other team in Lads that plays the way they do. You know, it's just it feels like they've lost the game. You know, they're kind of like treading in water, and then they're just treading in mud, and then they just run at the enemy team and they just kill them.
It's kind of like Chinese Dota, where you just pick like 3 cores that want to fight, and you just all buy BKBs at the same time and just run at the enemy, whether you're winning or losing.
And you know what? Now we're seeing once again the running. Nier, though, will find Levi. Levi is a little bit out there trying to get some wards off or something. Now, Nier might be the one who's caught out. Shackles are there. Onto Vix. Vix, though, is trying to run away. Nier, though, is low. Has Reincarnate up against. So will pop it. And now, Radiant are still trying to fight. Jay is being run up by Vix. Vix has a BKB, but Treeheart is low. Treeheart gets stunned by Nier. He's still not dead quite yet. Blow out to the creeps. Now in comes Maestro. Now they move to Vix. Vix is stunned by Slendy. Will go down as well. So it's 3 kills for Nearly Tilted. The remaining 2 cores there, Ned and Noah, will TP away, but well, the advantage goes back the other direction, it appears. They have Yules as well onto Ned. He BKBs, he TPs, but that's not a happy BKB usage. That's his 8-second BKB, I believe. Or, never mind, that was his 7-second BKB usage. He's down to 6 seconds already. And
yeah, I think we've been seeing a lot more early BKBs recently because it doesn't really matter how many times you use it anymore. And
well, I'm sure Vix is not happy with this one. Dire, they head into the Roshan pit. It'll be that second Roshan. The Aegis will head probably to Slendy. Heads to Slendy. Cheese and Shard are on the ground by now, by the way. Are they going to not grab it?
Just the major all over again.
Are they just not going to grab the Shard and the Cheese? Oh, Nier knows. It's like, hey guys, where's the Shard? I want the Shard. I want to save money on my Shard. Well, here he has a Shard. But at least remember to use their abilities properly.
Yeah, it gives the Shard to the Lesh.
Makes a lot of sense. They have the cheese on Nier now, which is perfectly fine. I'm sure Nier was asking, hey, where's my cheese?
I guess they have 3 good shards that haven't been bought already. They could have given it to the Shaman or the Venom, and it would have been good as well.
I was going to say, Wraith King already has one, and the Grimshark already has one. It's a fantastic shard game for the side of the Dire right now. Man, I'm so hyped up right now. Game's hyping me up. I was kind of tired when this game started, but you know what? I'm fully awake. I am so excited. Alright, so Dire, it's a 3k lead. Not too big. But what are the map movements you take if you're Dire? You're leading slightly, you have Aegis. Do you start choking the map out against the Radiant? What's the course of action here if you're the Tilted side?
I'd probably want to take over either the enemy triangle and take this top tower, or the mid tower, or take over the bottom half of the map and choke it out a bit. Kind of depends on where you want to play.
Alright then. Speaking of where we want to play, they have smoked. They're headed bottom, perhaps looking for Vix. Vix though has that BKB, might have to use it. Slendy could not get in range of stun in time unless Vix saves his BKB and now diffuses onto Nier. In comes Treeheart, in comes Noah. The roll is there, the kick is there on Nier. Nier is below the tier 3 tower actually. The Reincarnate is popped and Nier is in danger. Has cheese, but no BKB. He blinks away though in time! The curse is there, but it's only on 2-1, and now Vix heads forward with the BKB. The Splitter is there on 2-2. Hype goes down. Ned, BKBs, still fights. Now Nier, he's the one who's low. The Doom is there, onto Slendy. It's been there for a while. Slendy is in danger. Nier is in danger. Nier goes down. Slendy loses the Aegis, and now they roll in onto Shaman. Shaman blinks away miraculously, but might go down anyways. Now Slendy, he's trying to fight, but he's stunned, he's slowed, he's silenced, and he will go down as well. And it's now going back to Nexty's direction. What the hell is going on?
I don't know. That was a beautiful play by Vix there, though. He recognizes that this Leshrac still has Aegis, so even though the Lesh is doomed and standing right beside him, he just ignores him.
It's like watching Vix this game is like watching a like an up and down, like one of those cardiographs, you know, where it's up and down constantly. Where it's like, man, Vix made a good play. Oh, Vix made a bad play. It's just non-stop, like good play, bad play all game. It's just it's hilarious actually. He's playing so well at the good moments too. The awareness to not do that. Because so many carry players would just see the doomed target and run at that man. They just didn't do it.
Yeah, he took out Nier instead. And very good save from Levi too, keeping Vix alive after he kills Nier.
This is so beautiful. I just love watching this game right now. I love Dota.
Wow, look at the item that is bought on Levi right now. I don't know anyone who started building this and got called a fucking idiot for it.
I wonder what intelligent player possibly could have predicted Holy Locks on Winterwipe. Don't let it get to your head here, Artorius. Do not let it get to your head. Just put it that way.
I'm surprised that the only one... Oh, wait, no, there's two people with Shard on Radiant. The only one who had it before was Doom. But they all have really good shards as well. I'm surprised some of them haven't picked some of it up. Like, the Wyvern shard is really good, the Ursa shard is broken. And we actually saw Treehard run out of stones in the last fight. So his shard wouldn't be all that bad this game either.
Alright, it's push time. Radiant, they're pushing in the bottom. Nearly tilted, are pushing in the middle and the top lanes. Certainly a good trade so far for the Dire. Now Radiant are TPing back. Levi to the middle lane. Noah to the top lane. They're now headed towards perhaps Jay. Goes in with the Global Silence and scoring the Infernal Blade. So they will bring down Jay. Jay will go down there. He tries to TP away, but that was an ambitious TP. Though, the Skeletons, and certain wards, in the Plague Wards for that matter, kill the tower. Now they head over to Maestro. Treehard once again found that man. Yules was there from Maestro, but I will not save him. Whoa, he actually gets alive! He blinks away! But in comes Treehard once again. Silence is there, needs one more earner. Whatever, there's the earn charge. That's 2 more kills. Though, they did lose their middle tier 2 tower for that one, so it's a lot being exchanged in that case. We see Ned running at Nier, cannot find Nier in time, cannot cancel that blink away, and Radiant have to be content with perhaps sieging the middle tier 2 tower, but that is easier said than done, it appears. What is Slendy up to? Well,
Pushing the tier 3?
he's in the tier 3 tower, apparently. Just pushing it with Edict, grabs about 1/3 of the tower. He even backs up expecting TPs. They just never arrive. TP's top anyways. Meanwhile, they're running once again, this time at hype. Ned found that man with the blade and with the hoof snap from the Centaur creep. And now, they might head for Jay as well, but that man's a little bit too far away on Venom. Meanwhile, top lane, Ned is there, has Doom, has to pop it with a Force Staff, and now goes on to Slendy, but Slendy is still fast. They now go with the Infernal Blade, though, and the hoof snap. They should find Slendy eventually. He's trying to run, but in comes the Arctic Burn, in comes the Rock Kick. And now, bottom lane, Vix is there looking for Nier. Nier has BKB, has Reincarnate. He's currently being bashed, though, so he might not be able to TP away from Vix. Can Nier blink and TP perhaps? He's trying to run, but Radiant are pinging that man out. Maestro is in the periphery, but he's might just TP away anyways. Nier, though, they see him. Can they cancel it in time? No, they cannot! They actually scan, looking for Nier, it appears. They instead find Maestro, so Maestro once again... Oh, he actually blinks away again! He's silenced! Oh, he gets rolled on by Treehard. That was... perfect timing indeed by Treehard. And this is just... unbelievable.
That's still a really good play, though. Their Lesh will now be up before the Radiant are able to push anything.
It's one of those things where, I mean, we've seen Slendy constantly shoving in these lanes, and, well, I would not be shocked if when he respawns, TPs into this top wave, starts cracking on that top tier 2 tower, start bringing that little buddy down. And Radiant have struggled so far with the tower pushing. They at long last grab that final tier 1 tower, but the tier 2s, all still alive. Bot lane full HP, mid lane relatively high, top lane relatively high as well, so Instead, we may see middle lane. Ned is in a fight there with Nier. Now in comes Treeheart. Gold Silence is there, allowing Radiant perhaps to reposition at the Tri-Camp. That is where Levi, Vix, and Noah are playing. Roll is actually there, but it misses onto Nier. Now Treeheart is hexed. He is in a dangerous spot. Winter's Curse is there. I believe it's on 2-3, but they now go onto Levi with Nier. Levi's in danger. They have a Jekyll in onto Treeheart. Treeheart is low. He's BKBs. He's trying to fight. The Link is there onto the Ursa and onto the Doom. They're both hexed. Treeheart dead. Levi dead. Levi buys back. Split Earth there. Vix BKB'd. Still fighting. So is Ned. So is Slendy, but his is now over. And now we're seeing Nier is in a duel once again. This time, though, he will try to bring down Noah. Noah is low. Noah is actually embraced by Levi, so he's still alive for now. Now Nier has him reincarnate. He's low, but he still kills Noah. Back to the art of the fight. Radiant, they have run away, and once again, the fight it goes the opposite direction. This time in favor of Nearly Tilted. Alright, here we go. High ground. Edict. You know what's up. The siege units are there. The Desolator is there on Nier. They are going to go high ground. Vix actually walks in. He enrages. He wants to get Nier, but Nier has that reincarnate. His BKB in 10. The reincarnate might be popped. Glimmer Cape is there, but actually it's a huge 3-man split Earth with the shard by Slendy. Slendy TPs. They force staff Nier. Nier TPs. And Dire. The retreat. It is perfect. So now what? If you're Nexty, what the hell do you do at this point? It appears as though Nearly Tilted are getting online. They have brought the net worth lead back. Roshan, it's still not alive. Do you just keep forcing the issue and hope it goes well, or what is the game plan if you're Nexty at this point?
Sorry, I was yawning. I think both teams are equally as good in the late game. You can kind of just play it out either way.
Well, they're running about it again. Ned is the BKB once again. Nier is fighting. Reincarnate is up. Rolls in from Treeheart onto Slendy. Treeheart, BKBs, Slendy's, BKBs. The Gold Silence is used. Nier is still looking for Noah. Treeheart is making space, going on to Slendy, and Jay Hex is there on Treeheart. Treeheart will go down. So only the Earth Spirit dead for now. Radiance still have 4, but they've used a lot of abilities. Hey, look at Ned's item. He has the Arcane Blink on Doom. I like that. I think it's good.
Yeah. He gets 25% cooldown reduction if within that time he casts Doom.
He's got the cast point reduction too on Doom, which is very nice. It's very cool. And well, looks like Dire, they're splitting once again. Maestro appears to be the sacrifice in the bottom lane, as Dire grabbed the Roshan with 4. Maestro, though, is still playing in the trees, appears to be A-okay. Looking back at Roshan, Radiant are not in the position to contest it quite yet. They could start running, but they appear to be too late. Yeah, they cannot blink in. It's canceled with the Plague Ward. Aegis, once again, to Slendy. Cheese, once again, to Nier, as is this time a Refresher Shard to refresh. Presumably Reincarnate and BKB. And now, yeah, Maestro dies. But we knew this one was coming. He gave his life for the cause, making space for the Roshan attempt. And it is an acceptable sacrifice. Yeah, seems like Maestro has gotten the vibe of the game right now. Seeing a future full of death where Dire, they are just accumulating more and more teamfight duels. This game certainly is not getting any easier. Look at the Wraith King. He's got a full Assault Cuirass now. It's getting hard.
Yeah, I think if they can hold out, though, this Silencer becomes a beast, and this Wyvern becomes a serious problem. So it's not the end of the world for the Radiant, but it definitely isn't feeling good.
It's been a non-stop game where it's been back and forth and back and forth. It's neither team quite wants to lose this game. They really wanted this game. Looking over at Hero Net Worth, it's about the story you'd expect. Doombringer with the Midas and the Devour is on top and now goes in onto Hype. Hype, though, appears to be fine. had the Inkswell on himself, had teammates nearby with those Guardian Greaves, so just a little bit of poking going on from Ned there on that Doombringer.
Unfortunate for Doom, Grimshock level is not a multiple of 3.
Yeah, very unfortunate. Probably wouldn't have died anyways, but would have given him a little bit extra damage, a little extra stun. And he'll be level 18 soon enough, so it'll be fine. Alright, Nier has the good old carry friend, the Illusion Escape. Just gonna put that in the high grounds. Take a little bit of space. We're seeing double wards used by Maestro now with Hex onto Treeheart, but in comes Nier. Nier is very, very deep. He BKBs though appears to be fine. Is now going on to Vex. We're seeing a Doom now onto the Shrek. The Shrek though has the Aegis. We're seeing Reincarnate. It's now popped. Nier is coming back once again. Slendy though tried to get force staff, turned away at the wrong time. Now Slendy's being dashed. Aegis will get popped. Winter Scourge is there. It's out the 3 once again. Hype goes down. They move to Maestro. Treeheart had a roll from a weird ass angle. And now Nier couldn't get the pressure charge off in time. He goes down. Maestro goes down. Slendy, BKBs, looks for everyone. But Radiance, they're still alive on 5. Rolls in onto Jay. Jay is in danger. Slendy appears to be in danger. Hoofstop, it was missed. And now, Treeheart, still alive. Jay goes down. Ned, he's dominating. They move to Slendy. Splitter is used, but it's not hit. Bloodstone active is used. They run at Slendy. Is there detection? He's in the pulse level. He's trying to kill everybody, but even the Hurricane back from Noah. Noah kills that man. And Radiance, they once again hold.
The silencer hits like a truck.
Oh, actually, they didn't hold. The racks are dead.
Yeah, there is double Serpent Wards.
That makes sense. There was a lot of Serpent Wars there.
Silencer had over 120 stolen intelligence in that fight, and was just beating people to death.
This is just... You mentioned earlier that Silencer is going to be a monster in the late game, and well, I didn't know the late game would arrive so soon. It arrived about 2 minutes after you said it, and now, well... Radiant, they're headed at these tier 2 towers. They want the outer towers. They want to finally get that unclaimed gold. The tier 2 mid is dead, and they're running down the bottom lane as well with Noah, and it's unbelievable. This might be the best game of the season so far in Lads.
Yeah, it's been really hard for these dire backliners to play. Treeheart picked up this BKB. So the only one who's really capable of actually dealing with him while he's BKB is the Wraith King, but Wraith King doesn't want to be hitting an Earth Spirit. So the Earth Spirit just gets to go on whoever he can catch or whoever he wants to. So he becomes a real problem in the fights, and then same with the Ursa and same with the Doom. They both also have BKBs, so you can't really lock them down either. And then you have Silencer, who's hitting you from a very far distance, and if you do get on top of him, he also has a BKB. So it's really hard for these heroes to play. Like, Lesh's damage is getting limited because he's being doomed, or there's BKBs active. The Shadow Shaman can't really hex or control anyone because there's BKBs, and if he stands still, he's 100% being stunned. The Venomancer legit can't do anything while BKBs are up. And the Grimshock can drop ult and maybe put on an Inkswell to make somebody faster, but he still can't touch these BKBs. And 6 seconds that you can't touch someone doesn't sound like a lot until you realize that person's doing about 1,500 damage or more within those 6 seconds. And that's killing people quite fast.
Well, Radiant, they're once again going to shove their face into the side of Merely Tilted. They're once again smoked onto 5. They're looking at their vision, though. They do not know exactly where the dire side are. They know they're somewhere in this circle, but they appear to be missing. Slendy TPs. Hype appears to be TPing. Jay appears to be TPing, so good dodge there by the side of Nearly Tilted. They will not get caught quite yet. Unless Hype just somehow dies here. He will not.
If I'm Nexty, the only thing I'm changing from this game so far is their smokes. They seem to smoke when their lanes are shoved in, and it allows the enemy to realize what's happening. Because when there's a wave on your high ground fighting your wave, then it's quite obvious that nobody's in your base. I
know this is going to sound weird, but I'm excited to see Doom hit level 30. Got the 150% cleave talents. He's not even remotely itemized to do right click damage, but I just think it's kind of hilarious, to be honest. It's a lot of cleave.
Yeah.
That's like basically akin to a Sten with Battle Fury. It's kind of wild and crazy, actually.
I'm surprised this this Wyvern hasn't picked up Shard yet. It's really good for Cold Embrace, and he even took the Splinter Blast damage. And in about one more level, since he's practically level 24, 1.5 second stun at the end of Cold Embrace.
That sounds fun. It's
Yeah.
like Levi, though, is prioritizing the Blink for now. Had a little bit of struggles with having money, because, you know, he's playing a Wyvern. Kind of happens sometimes.
Wyvern can farm quite well, what do you mean?
So Mr. AFK Farmer 4 player here, you should probably stop playing. I joke, of course. We are seeing another smoke from Dire, though. They smoked earlier, about a minute ago. They did not connect. Now they're once again smoked just 3 around near. They're looking, but Nexty are currently dodging the smoke as far as we can tell. Ned, though, is Galed. He's forced by Treeheart. He's now silenced. Dark Fate is there on 2, but now Global is used. Perhaps to go top lane looking for Slendy. Levi and Vix want to go with Slendy. He's just so fast. He has Cheese, he has Bloodstone, he has Lincolns. That appears not to be happening. Now Dire are collapsing. They find Vix. Vix has BKB. He enrages. Now Winter's Curse is there onto Slendy. No, we have Noah is hitting. And now Poison Nova is there, I believe, on 2-3. Slendy's the one who goes down, though. Now Near's BKB is trying to fight, but now Reincarnate will get popped quite soon. He has no BKB when he's alive either. Splitters are raging, but now Near blinks away. It is rolling onto Jay. The Doom is there as well. Jay certainly will go down, but meanwhile, the Midrax! Maestro grabs the whole damn set!
That's gotta feel so bad.
Yeah! He's even denying the Serpent Wards! They can't even get the gold!
You're just sitting there like, this is a great Winter's Curse. Ursa and Silencer can both get stacks up on the left track. It's gonna turn into a great fight, and Maestro's just on the other side of the map, like, your racks have disappeared.
I got your Rex, haha. Doesn't matter if you had a 3k gold swing in your favor. I got the Rex, haha.
Who cares? 14k gold lead. Your racks are dead.
They're now down 2 full sets of racks, and well, I mean, they have got, let's see here, exactly 150 damage on tier 3 tower so far. Which is not very much.
Yeah. I think Doom needs to sell phase boots and just pick up boots of travel. Even pick them up on like Wyvern or something.
Looks like he's prioritizing getting the Ags first, which I'm not sure what he's going to swap out for that. Possibly the Refresher Orb? Interesting. Perhaps not? I don't know. Not important. Looks like they're now headed high ground once again. Alright, so full-on Aghanim's Blessing for Ned. That man is massive. The glyph is used to delay the horror. Though Radiant have a wave headed mid lane, but they'll be pushing fully into 5. No Tilted are all alive, and Nier is just hitting creeps. He now TP's back. This could be the ultimate fight of the game. Vix is hexed. Slendy is slowing, now stunning, but he's still fine. Now in comes Nier, has a stun, but it's reflected with the Lotus Orb. And now, BKB is popped by both teams. Global is there, Doom is there, Jay is low. Jay goes down, he buys back instantly. And now Nier will lose Reincarnate, and now Ned refreshes the BKB and the Doom. Splitters are raging, and Doom is once again there, onto Nier. Nier goes down, it's a disaster. He'll have to buy backs as well. He has it, but now in the base, Maestro, once again, Serpent Wards, the tier 4 goes down. Back to Radiant base, Splinterth is there, on Vix, Poison Nova is used, Noah is hitting, Vix is hitting, Slendy goes down, Near buys back, they have the J, if it's a dieback, he's glimmered, he's running, he's stunned by Treehard. In comes Inksfall, from height, Treehard is hexed, is slowed by Gale, he'll go down, in comes second set of wards, onto Vix, Vix has the enraged, but now the Yules is there, Vix is in danger, Slendy is there, Near is there, Vix is stunned, Vix is hexed, Vix will go down. And this is now for Nearly Tilted. They've used their buybacks. They're going to run it down. They're going to force out buybacks, but Noah has no buyback.
Hippity hoppity, your tier 4s are my property, is what Maestro's saying right now.
Maestro has to be having the most fun of it in this game right now.
I was
zero doubts. in my mind.
Right before that, Ursa got X mid. I was just about to say, I'm surprised they're walking down mid. There's a wave in their base, and Roche is up. And they just get gone on, and Maestro just TP's bottom. It's like, screw it, this is my tier 4s now. And Radiant get punished for not keeping their lane shoved out, and not going for Roche. Doom, however, has now picked up Boots Travel.
Alright, where is everything going? I think the Ags went to near there. The full Ag Scepter went to near. They have the Shard and the Cheese on Maestro, and then the Aegis over on Slendy. That's the distribution of the 4 Roshan items from that 4th Roshan. We're now 4 Roshans in this 50-minute game. We'll have to see. And well, the last tier 2 tower of the game is finally deceased. Now Maestro can do his little fun snake magic. Destroy the high ground in the near future. Radiant, though, of course, they are defending. They actually did not need to use a buyback on Vix quite yet. It's up in 15. He's up in 15. Looking at Noah, he's up in 20. But Dire did not force in time to force out a buyback, or the lack thereof, as they would have discovered.
If Dire wait 50 seconds, they'll have 3 Serpent Wards dropped.
Oh dear.
They could probably just go for Throne and just say screw the racks. And I think that is what they are waiting for. They give the Tome to the Shadow Shaman.
He wants that plus 25 words attack damage talent too. It's a huge talent in this game.
I think if they wait for his 25, they can just walk at the mid tower. Well, take the throne, and there's nothing that the Radiant will be able to do.
For the Radiant, they have so much damage for heroes, but they have so little damage for Serpent Wards.
Yeah.
Like, Vix can hit it with the overpower, but he does not want to use his overpower attacks to kill 3 wards. I'm sure Noah can hit it. He's got a lot of attack speed, but his damage is for heroes. I don't think the Glaives of Wisdom bounce the Serpent Wards. And now top lane, well, no surprise, Edict is used by Slendy. He's the one who sees with the Aegis. Vix comes in, but Vix is now being kited. Now in comes Nier in the backlines looking for the man, the Silencer. Little Silence obviously is up, and now we're seeing a Doom onto Maestro. Got one set of wards off, Maestro goes down. Now Nier heads to a tier 4. One tier 4 goes down. Nier has the Reincarnate and BKB, but this could turn bad. Top racks, they're being sieged, but not fast enough. Nier is fighting. He's doomed. And now Vix low. Vix goes down. Buybacks. Roll is there. On to Maestro. On Maestro. He's being stunned. Keep the wards off in time. He cheeses, but he keeps silence. He goes down. It's a dieback. And now, it's an absolute disaster. We get the wards off with the Wraith King Ags! The throne, it's being sieged! Radiant, they're trying to hold, but the throne, it's tying so fast! Levi's hitting the wards, Triumph's hitting the wards, but the throne, it's 1k HP, it's 800 HP, it will go down, it nearly tilted! Have taken game number 1!
I was so surprised. I'm like, oh no, he's silenced. He's just gonna die. He's not gonna get the wards off. And then the fucking Wraith King
Wraith King Ags!
won them the game.
Oh
Because they just stopped focusing him. They just thought he was dead. They're like, oh, we can just ignore the Shadow Shaman. We've killed him twice. And then, nope, he could just drop both.
My lord.
I think I've seen a game in a while where somebody's won where it's been 50-32 and the 32 wins.
I am just so shell-shocked after that. That was unbelievable, Dota 2. That was... My god. Okay, where do we want to start with this one, Artorius? Where do you want to start with this one? You have the floor. You have the floor. Go get him.
I guess we can talk about early and mid game fights, since that's the farthest away from what happened. Lanes were kind of even. Doom was way ahead of everyone with that Midas and Devour. But it was kind of even for a while. Then Radiant picked up that first Roche, went and took a couple team fights. It looked fantastic for them. They had that big 4 or 5 man curse. And then eventually they just picked up a Blink Dagger on this Wraith King and just took a good fight into that Aegis and killed it along with, I think, 3 other heroes. But Ursa survived second life, so then it was kind of even again. A bunch of even team fights after that. I think the Dire got all of the Roshans after the first one, so they got all the free shards. Even got a free. Oh, that was the free Ags on Wraith King. He didn't
It was
buy
the
that.
free
That was
Ags
free.
on Wraith King. You got it literally for free at the end there. That's just...
Yeah. So he gets that with the free Ags, and that's what wins them the game. Just the Roche control. So I guess the split pushing was obviously a big factor. But I think the big fight that finally sunk it in was when Radiant tried to go high ground. They didn't have their wave shoved out. They get a engagement that, yes, they were winning, but Maestro just goes and takes the racks mid. He takes the racks bottom by himself. He even takes a tier 4 mid and forces 2 TPs back. They win that fight and they go take the Roche. That was up at the time. The Radiant were able to go get it, and they get another refresher. They get another cheese. They get another Aegis, and they get a free Ags, and they just win the game with it.
It's just... For Nexty, they played so well, but it just didn't matter. What do you take away from this game?
I mean, I think you got to recognize that earlier on, like they didn't have a single hero with Boots of Travel, right? So there's these 2 heroes with Boots of Travel with Lesh and Shadow Shaman, and they're just splitting waves. Even the Venomancer was splitting waves. Hype was splitting waves on Grimstroke. Just everyone on the other team was splitting waves, and Radiant kept taking these big 5-man smokes, and every single time they did, they'd lose an objective. And it's just the Dire were playing the map so well, they recognized that, hey, we're kind of doing mediocre in these fights. We're winning some, but we're losing some. So let's just start split pushing. We can't take a 5v5 fight. So they recognize that obviously there's better team fight with the Silencer, the Doom, and the Winter Wyvern, and even the Earth Spirit's pretty good team fight. So they just start split pushing. They have 2 Boots of Travel, and all 5 heroes are split pushing, and not a single hero on Radiant was prepared for that. They just wanted to, hey, let's go in and team fight. Hey, let's go in and team fight. And the Dire, as you said earlier in the cast, just refused to fight them. So I think Radiant just need to recognize that, hey, our team fight's stronger. We just need to deal with split pushers. Yeah, this is a 2,000 gold investment to buy travels, but my towers will be alive if I buy them.
I'm happy I got my lungs a chance to recuperate a little bit. We're good. Alright, looks like we're headed on in to game number 2. Looks like first pick will go to Nexty this game, so we'll have the 8 pick, the 18 pick, though we'll have the 24 pick this time around. Looks like Radiant will be the choice for Newly Tilted, so we're going to reverse the roles. This time Nexty will play the first pick Dire, and Newly Tilted will play the second pick Radiance, so this will be a reversal of roles. Let's pull up some team records with that sick dank-ass production value. Nexty are now down to 5-4, though. Certainly they're okay with that last loss. On the flip side, Newly Tilted are up to 7-2, so certainly in that position to potentially take Group A's #1 seed. Did they tag? No, they did not tag the games up properly, because of course. It's gonna go pull up my my thing from last night, or last time I casted.
No, Nier got it right last time he casted, but this time Nier's not hosting the lobby. I think it's Treeheart.
Yeah, it's a Treeheart. You know what? I'll put up Nier 1-0 next year right here. This is I need some more water. I'll be back in about we'll say minute and a half, 2 minutes. I'm sure you can discuss a fight for Van or something. I'll be right back.
I don't know. Discuss. I don't want to discuss anything. I can't even ask you guys what you want me to discuss because there's a 2-minute delay. Alright, so Nearly Tilted ban out the Ursa. Well, Nexty's Ursa. Nexty ban out Viper. Very annoying hero. Can understand why. Nobody likes playing against Viper. He also banned out AA. Very meta hero. Denies a lot of what you call it, carries that typically you want to pick. Even heroes that technically counter it in the sense where Terrorblade, you can still alt. Terrorblade typically wants to pick up a Satanic. It's not really possible into an AA. In turn, nearly tilted ban out the Nyx Assassin. Obviously, very good at limiting what heroes you can pick in the mid lane without countering yourself. Lion pickup, just meta offlane, meta pause 4, or sometimes pause 5. Gives you that lockdown. Nearly tilted open with Timbersaw. Obviously, early game hero, well, also late game, but takes over the early game quite well. Strong laner. I'm assuming they're putting that Grimstroke 5. They might pair it with Timbersaw. Gives Timbersaw a bit of lockdown and a bit more damage. Be interesting to see what Nexty choose to counter Timbersaw with, as Viper and AA are banned by themselves. Just pick Spearbreaker and buy Shard at 20 minutes. Ease Timbersaw counters. Smile. That one of the few heroes with break is a strength hero. Actually, 2 variations of break are shards, and only one is an ability with Hoodwink ulti. Is there any more breaks? I don't think there's any more breaks. Other than Silver's Edge is an item, I guess. So you have 2 shards, an item, and 1 ability. They decide to pick up the puck. Obviously, high magic damage. Can also lock down the Timbersaw with an ulti. They don't really have any hard lockdown on nearly tilted yet to catch this puck. You can Grimstroke ulti him or try and Grimstroke silence him, but again, that's not a guaranteed you're going to catch this puck. Oh wait, Viper's the other one with break. Another toxin. I'm dumb, but it's banned, so it's okay.
10 seconds remaining.
TA shard and Spearbreaker shard. Since I don't think Doom actually breaks anything anymore. The Radiant bans Slardar.
Radiant team ban.
Decent pairing with Lion. Dire ban out Clockwork. Obviously good at catching heroes. It's okay at catching puck. You can kind of hookshot and cogs him back. But it's very good against the Lion. They also ban out the Wraith King from last game. Obviously, neither Puck nor Lion want to deal with a hero that can survive their burst damage.
10 seconds remaining.
And the Radiant ban out Doom, as you can just Doom the Timbersaw and ignore him. He might not die during Doom, but he certainly can't do anything.
Team ban.
Ban out the Faceless Void. Also, I guess Puck is a counter to Faceless Void. Lion also a bit of one too. However, if either one of those heroes get caught in Chronosphere, they're kind of screwed. Tiny pickup. That's one way you can deal with these 2 squishy heroes on the Dire, is you just blow them up before they have time to react. Although I believe with Tiny against Puck, you have to toss him before you avalanche him, because I think you can phase shift.
I think you can too, yeah.
Yeah.
I've done it before, so I'm sure it's doable. I think you have like a very slight window if you want to avalanche toss. You have to be very precise with your inputs. You're going to avalanche in the toss or still around. You can just do it however you want. Whew. I freshened up, got some fresh water, got a little bit of food. I'm ready for more Dota. And now you know what it's like to be left alone in the draft, Artorius.
What is eating dinner?
Yeah, that's what I was kind of doing too, buddy. Kind of.
Why does the games have to be at 8? Why can't they be at 9? I'm a degenerate.
So I like that it's at 8. It means that it gets to be done relatively early. Don't have to like keep my house up. If this series was say 9:30, right? I would not have been able to be as loud as I was. 100% sure. Because people are like, "Yo, please be quiet." Versus at like 9:15, I can just yell top of my lungs. Who the fuck cares?
But it's the week. Tell them to suck it up. I don't think.
People sleep eventually, you know.
Sleep was for the weak. Learned that one in university. And I realized university students are crazy.
Yeah,
And I don't
you're
know
also
how
you're also crazy though.
Yeah, but like university's like, hey, let's go to class, come home, work until like 4 a.m. on my essays, and then sit there and think, damn, I have 3 hours until rugby practice. Let's just play some video games. You just don't sleep for an entire night. You just stay up for 48 hours or more.
You know, if Game 2 is as exciting as Game 1 is, I'm going to need a night off.
I mean, there's no more scheduled series, so I think you'll be fine. Well, there's one, but it's not till Wednesday, I think, right?
Yeah, probably.
I'm too lazy to check, so we'll just go with my word on that.
I'm tabbing over right now. I'm not that lazy. Yeah, it is Wednesday at 9. It is Roll Swap versus Nebula, casted by the one and only Math Magician number 10. Whew. Alright then. We are obviously a good bit into our draft. We actually almost have a more traditional draft this game. We have a TA being picked, a DK, a Puck, a Lion. All heroes we did not see last game. I believe most, if not all of them, were banned. Don't quote me on that one. Don't even try to.
10 seconds remaining.
I like what Nilly Tilted are doing. This is, we're assuming a 4 tiny. Ended up being a tiny Timbersaw, I suppose. And the 24 pick to protect 11 health years when you're playing. And then for Nexty, they have a draft to put together fast. At this point, you just probably grab your carry pick, right? Right?
Yeah, you should, in theory, know what you're laning against, relatively speaking.
Well then.
Or you can also pick up your 5. It's kind of weird, though, because now they're just going to ban 2 more carries.
Yeah.
Radiant team ban.
And next
Probably
they're
gonna
banning
get
out
rid of,
carries
like-
too, so there's going to be very few carries that are good that are left. Because obviously Void, Wraith King already banned, Ursa already banned, now Sven banned, PL banned, Spectre banned. It's... I guess like PA is left that could be good for the Dire, but that sounds like a rough time.
Seconds remaining.
I think it's the PA's left, Lifestealer's left. Terrorblade somehow has not been banned or picked, actually. So perhaps the team can go for Terrorblade. That seems like the obvious option. Perhaps both these teams are weighing the option of banning a TB out. And other than that, what's left? I can't think of any other good carries.
Radiant team ban.
Guess Troll Warlord's
Lark?
the pick.
I guess looks okay for the Dire.
I don't think Slark's that good.
Luna was the last one left.
Uh,
The
Luna
Slark's
makes
not that
sense.
good, but it might be okay for the game. I don't know.
It's okay for the game, but it's awful for the lane. And I think if you fall behind in the lane on Slark and get to hero like TA, you just get template out of the game. I've been there. It's not fun.
You're a Warlock plus a Slark and a Timbersaw lane. I don't think Timbersaw can survive that lane.
Seconds remaining.
A Slark just being constantly healed until he's level 6, he just fucking wails you.
I've been in the Slark lane against Timbersaw. Maybe the Warlock tips the scales, but it's just not fun. A hero's just way the hell stronger than you early on. It is though a jug pick for Nexty and a snap pick bristleback for Near. For the side of Nearly Tilted. So let's just head on over to OBS. Let's get ready these two little record thingies. We'll keep the Near 1-0 Nexty thing up because that's useful information. Look at these two drafts. Give me the rundown. What are your thoughts? Who do you like better? What's the win conditions? Go get them.
To go with the Radiant side. TA into Puck obviously feels good. And while I don't think they have great answers to kill Jug, I don't think Jug has great answers to kill any one of them. It felt like Jug was kind of just like a safe pick. And then you also have the Timbersaw into the Dragon Knight, so you have somebody to deal with him. I guess you just don't really have a lot of ways to deal with this Timbersaw and Bristleback. Like, they have burst damage, but you gotta dump it on one or the other. And then at the end of the day, the TA is still safe.
Okay.
They could maybe win because, again, they have superior team fight, but I don't know who the damage is going to come from. Like, you're going to have to get really farmed on this Jug, I think, in order to get the damage required.
So yeah, fair assessment. I think I agree. I think Radiant it should just be easier for them to play their Dota game, you know. But again, Nexty, I said the exact same thing with the last draft. I said that Nearly Tilted have the easier draft. They have an easy, obvious game plan, and Nexty will have to execute. But Nexty love to execute. They love executing shit. So you know, this seems to be their kind of their style of Dota this game. Have to see how it goes. If you are just joining us, welcome to game number 2 of Nexty, taking on Nearly Tilted. This came off of a barn burner in game 1, where Nearly Tilted grab victory from the jaws of defeat, from the jaws of victory up against Nexty. And Nexty obviously are looking to equal that one back, make it a 1-1 series, keep their record positive, of course. My name is Badger. I am joined by the one and only Artorius, and if you enjoyed my casting tonight, by the way, contact me on Discord, badge number 5713. I can cast your games and cast your tournaments. Especially with lads wrapping up more, going into playoffs, I have some more free time, so hey. Go contact me if you want me to be at your tournaments.
Don't do it. He'll join, and he'll be like, this is a fantastic game. Did you know that Dota's a game of inches?
This is... I'm taking the bait. Dota is the game of inches. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you ingrates in Canada say about inches not being a valid measurement, in football nowadays not being a valid sport. I don't care. It's a true statement. Dota is the game of inches.
So did you pick Underlord every single game because his wagon has the biggest surface area in inches squared?
What is Maestro doing?
It's simply too basic.
Is he going to get late at this again? Another Maestro play?
He might have a problem because there's 5 higher heroes sitting there.
Alright, they see him. Well, I mean, last game he went on a bit of a journey, and once again he goes in for the Rudy. He got the Rudy. He's going to definitely tie for it, but it ends up being a 3-for-1 rune situation in favor of Nearly Tilted. The stun is there from Triad, spin is there from Vix. First blood will go to Ned on the puck. Watching Maestro is just like the most entertaining shit this series. That's all I have to say at this point. I'm impressed.
Yeah, Slendy does get the serve reward of Ned in the mid lane as well.
Say, and Ned did do first blood though, so we'll have a bottle relatively soon. He gets the range creep as well with that orb, so he'll be fine. What's fine is he's going to be, I should say, in a puck versus TA matchup. Something that shocks me is Noah does not have a stick yet. He has one on the career right now, but he's already down like 6 pencil stick targets. You know, top lane Maestro appears to be in danger. Jay goes in there on Timbersaw. Vix will eventually find that one, it appears. Right?
Maybe not.
Good Maestro, dude. This guy's actually So good at Dota. He's been having a hell of a series, actually. It's unbelievable. Middle lane, we can see Ned suffering a lot right now. Sunny just hitting that man. Hitting creeps. And Ned can't really do anything about it, because he's a puck. Into a TA. Look at these stick charges bottom. Levi already has 8 stick charges. I mean, Bristleback Grimstroke. That is a fantastic stick lane. Top lane, not sure why Vix quite tipped Jay there, but considering it's in NA tournaments, probably bad-mannered.
Probably like a last hit or deny or something, or he maybe used like Timber Chain and didn't
You
hit
Timber
any
Chained
with
and didn't get the range creep and denied it? I'm tipping you. Through that gold differential. It's a 100 gold differential. Haha. It's bad-mannered. You deserve it. Haha. Maestro and Treeheart are once again brawling. Toss was used, but Earthspike was used now. Both of them will be fine. Cores also will be completely fine. It's a much more quiet laning phase than last game. I don't really see where kills can happen once Maestro just dies south lane. Toss Avalanche is used, Treeheart is hitting, both are low. Jay comes in with the Timber Chain and has actually no points in Whirling Death, so Treeheart salves, Maestro salves, and Clarities, and somehow nobody dies still. I can see eventually like a toss combo happening. Alright, there it is. Onto Vix. Now Vix is spitting onto Maestro. Maestro has boots, but Vix also has boots. Maestro, low, but Vix cannot kill him. Now Jay goes in onto Treeheart. Treeheart should be fine. Timber Chain is up. It will hit, but he needs 2 more hits. Earthspike is there, so unless Jay can like Timber Chain under tower to kill Treeheart, he will instead go to Vix for the creeps as well. Now Vix is low, but Jay will be out of mana other than that Mango. Back to bottom lane. Never mind, nothing's happening there. Near is just chilling. I saw low HP, thought that Nier might be in danger, but turns out Nier is actually fine.
This is not a lane I'd want to be a support in. Hey, it's Bristleback versus Dragon Knight.
Oh yeah, this is a great time. You know, I get to like right-click these cores that don't die. It's great.
You right-click this core and do 10 damage. Oh wait, you're telling me he has 15 health regen? Okay.
I said if you do 2 attacks per second over like a 1-minute period, he'll eventually die. Top lane, they go chain in on Jay to Vix. If Vix has spin, Treeheart is an Earthspike, and now everyone is fine. Looking over at bottom lane, we're just chilling still. Noah is just fine. Has a full magic wand in his boots. Inksflow is used, but that's... I don't know why it was used. Top lane, Treeheart actually almost went down there through the efforts of Jay and Maestro. Avalanche Toss was there. Timber Chain, I believe, was used as well, but it was not enough. Middle lane, Ned's doing what he can, and as expected, Ned is now heading into the jungle, occupying this small camp, knowing that, hey, I want to farm creeps. Problem is, that's exactly what he wants to do. Bottom lane, though, Nier finally goes down. Levi and Noah went in there. Almost missed that one. Now Hype goes in with things, looking for Levi. Levi has a ton of stick charges. Stroke of Fate is up, but he has no mana there on Hype, so now Hype might get stunned by Dragon Tail. It's level 2 Dragon Tail. It's up, but they will not get it. They'll try for it under tower, but it will not be enough damage. Hype is juking, Noah's taking tower. Hype is blocked in. Now in comes Shadow Word. Hype goes down. They're now TPing in Nier once again on Bristle, looking for counter kills on Levi and Noah. Now they now have 11 stick charges though on Noah, so he should be fine. But Levi, well, not so lucky. He ends up dying there on the Warlock. What happened to Treeheart during all that? Guess he's probably out of HP from the last engagement. Whew.
I think he walked the base and TP'd back in.
Yeah, I think he was had to walk from the last engagement. I'm looking at Slendy. He's trying to push this mid-tier 1 tower. He got a little bit of damage, but the problem is there's just only so much damage you can get there this early in the game. Bottom lane, they once again stun up onto Nier. They want to get this kill, but it will turn difficult if they want to go for it. Nier is under that Shadow Word, but he's just walking away with that Ring of Health, of course. Top lane, Vix has Healing Word. He's being run down by Jay, but well, It won't matter. Back to bottom lane. Stun is there onto Near, but Sugar Fate is there onto Noah. Noah is trying to run, has to want to use it, but he's still very low. Need one more close spray, actually need one more right click. Noah on Dragon Knight goes down there to Near and Hype. Levi has to run away. Top lane, meanwhile, they're diving. Avalanche toss is up. They're looking for Vix. Vix is low, being a little bit more damage. He's shooting, he's trying. Avalanche is there, but it was missed. Toss is up. Need more right click onto Vix, but the chain gets it instead. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Ned caught Near, grabbing his Vanguard, and back to top lane. Maestro is low. Treehard wants that kill there online, but Toss is there. He won't right click onto Maestro. Maestro goes down. Now Treehard goes down. That's from he's a Hex there onto Jay. Jay actually has low mana. He soul rings. Treehard, he's trying to juke. The Timber Chain kills that man. And it's turning into last game all over again. Slendy actually is super low mid lane. But he has a refraction, so he'll end up being fine. Good play by Ned there, though. He caught Near grabbing the Vanguard. Good awareness that knowing that Near wanted that Vanguard there.
Yep. I'm surprised there's actually no points in Viscous Nasal Goo. I know leveling up that Quill Spray early does a lot of damage. But I feel like just one value point in Viscous Nasal Goo would be
Yeah, that's been like a big deal recently with the Bristlebacks, as they've been going for this Viscous Nasal Glue early. But Near opts for the more traditional 1-3-2-1 skill build.
Yeah, I guess we normally see that on offlaners, though. It might be different for carries.
Okay, Maestro is stunned by Treehard. Ned is there as well. Has Coil, has Silence, has Orb, so they will eventually get Maestro. The question is, can there be anything as a counterplay? Hype comes in with the Silence there onto Neb. Now they jaunt in onto Hype. Hype is in danger. He has Ink Swallow, but in comes a Coil perhaps. It's used. Earthspike is there, and down goes Hype on Grimstroke. Both supports. On the side nearly tilted. They were a thorn in the side of Nexty last game, and they will pay for their sins this game. Speaking of paying for the sins, top tier 1 tower. It's already dead.
Yeah. That's Timbersaw.
Yeah, it is indeed Timbersaw. Jug clearly did not want to participate in Timbersaw's wild ride anymore, so just left. You know, I guess the ride has been deconstructed. The proceeds going inside of the Radiance.
You wanna know what's great, Badger?
It's great. What is great?
So I sit here and predict the patch by going a Holy Locket Shard on Wyvern, but I now look at all of Timbersaw's abilities and think, wow, damn, I didn't know Timber Chain and Chakram were also pure damage. I'm an idiot.
Okay, bottom lane, they were stunned there, onto Near. Dragon Form is used, Ned rotates in, does not have Coil up, does not need Coil though it appears. They're running at him with 4, Near's trying to run, has close spray up, but he's being hit by the slows, he's being hit by the Fatal Bonds, he's being hit by the Shadow Word, but he should eventually go down, and he will eventually go down there. So it took a lot of effort from the Dire, but they get the kill onto Near's Bristleback. No attempt to parlay that one into a bottom tier 1 tower, but in comes Big Bad Mana himself, Jay on Timbersaw, has Chakram, has Chains. Hex though is there, so is Dragon Tail, a bit of a stun stack, but it appears not to matter. They have Interspike there as well. Ned has Silence, has Coil. He coils first. Jay though is still half HP somehow. Struggle Phase comes in, hits onto Jay though is silenced once again. In comes Kinetic Offering, it's there on 2, but in comes Maestro, Avalanche on 3, Toss on 1, the 1 goes down, Treehard is dead. And now once again we're seeing Noah run at Jay, but cannot finish that kill quite yet. The tower certainly is defended as well, so now Near has TP'd back into the fight, is running at Noah, but Noah on that DK should be fine unless he gets Avalanche Toss combo to his death here. Dragontail is there, though, on the tiny in question. Now Chain is there on Noah. Whirling Death is used. Ned now is low. Maestro's low. Avalanche Toss there on Ned. Ned goes down. They go in onto Levi. Chakram's there. Chain is there. Whirling Death is there. Near is hitting. Cool Spray kills him. Now Finger is there. On Hype. Hype goes down there. Now TA arrives. They go to Treehard. Melstrike is there. Treehard stuns TA, but that man is certainly going to die in the very near future. Goes down there to Jay from that Timber Chain, and it's more wild and crazy Dota from the side of Nexty taking on Nearly Tilted.
How does he just TP into 4 heroes and live? he didn't move for like 13 or 14 seconds. He just stood there like, yep, I'm the Timbersaw.
Meanwhile, top lane, Omnislash was there on Hype, as was Spin, and Spin TP will get Vix away from that one. Maestro actually could have technically caught him. The spin was not perfect. He could have tossed at the end of the spin. But Maestro did not know that Vix did not perfect spin, and therefore, Vix gets away with that one. And overall,
So he
Vix has to be
back up
happy.
anyways.
Sorry, what was that?
Yeah, he probably has to be happy with that, but I think Maestro knew he wasn't going to have any backup, so Jug just would have gotten away anyways.
Okay, back to the track camp. Our good old friend Coil is there on Nier, and once again, the big old tanky target is a target. Dragon is there onto Nier. He turns his back, but it's not enough. They jump in on Ned. That was a winning rift technically to get reposition on that one, but in the very end, it did not matter. Once again, Nier goes down, and Nier on Bristleback. He's having a relatively rough game, actually. That's a 4th death now on him.
Yeah, but he's still 4th in net worth.
It's not just 4th in net worth, it's 4th behind 2 of your teammates as well, so usually 4th in net worth on a carry is like, oh, that's kind of a bad sign. But when it's 4th behind your off laner, your mid laner, and their mid laner, suddenly it's not that bad.
Yeah.
I don't know what Jay's up to, but he's in a very dangerous spot right now. It appears not to matter, though.
I think he's in a very safe spot because he's a Timbersaw.
It's one of those things where...
played and took no damage.
Is this every spot he's in a safe spot suddenly?
Yeah. He is the fountain.
He is the safe spot. He's got 40... This has got 40 plus regen, he's got a hood. He's gonna have a Yule soon, dear god. They don't need a vessel on a Dire, but I'm looking at the progress on that one. No progress on that at all, actually. Bottom lane, Dragontail is there onto Nier. Simply secure the tier 1 tower, dying. Ends up dying to Levi of all people on that Warlock. Yeah, they have got no progress on the vessel right now. They're not even building an urn or a vessel this game, so it's going to be a hard game to deal with the Timbersaw, it appears.
I'm surprised. There's a Timbersaw and a Bristleback, and they're not building one.
You accidentally have a good builder for it. Like, Noah wants to buy Blink BKB, Ned wants to buy all his puck shit, supports, they want their own stuff as well, so it's like, hey. They stun Nier. He's fine. Yeah, Lion also wants like a Blink or something, and then Warlock wants, well, anything, because he's poor. He's a Warlock. Apparently it's a 4-staff this game. But we're seeing a 2-man smoke from both the Radiant supports. They're headed up with Nier into the tri-camp. Perhaps Nier is once again baiting. They're certainly pinging that man out. In comes a stun and a blink though from Maestro. The blinker field on the tree hard. Chaotic Offering is used on 3. In comes Coil. It's there onto 2. Armor Slash is used. Down goes Maestro. The head over to Nier. Nier may be in danger. Spin is there, but the Soul Mine there onto the Jug. And the Golem actually. Hype gets run down, but now Nier's on the run, has that close spray in the warpath he's trying to run. Meanwhile, TA and Timbersaw are in the Roshan pick. Back to Nier. The running at Nier. Jaunt is in from Ned. Chaotic Offering. Golem is chasing, but he appears to be too fast. Back to the Roche pit. Roche is very low. It's at the 1/10 HP practically. Back to the bottom lane. They're looking for Nier once again. They jaunt in on Ned. He has that Witchblade. Noah is there. Has Dragontail. If you can hit it in time. Nier is running. Back to Roshan. It dies. Back to Nier. He dies. Killing spree for Ned, but it's an Edith of the Immortal for Slendy.
And a blink picked up on Maestro. Why not? He used that last fight, actually, never mind.
He did, yeah. Yeah, they went on Treeheart, I believe, with that one, if memory serves.
Looks like he wants to do it again.
Speaking of going on Treeheart, Avalanche Toss are there. Chakram comes in, down goes Treeheart. This time the kill goes to Jay on Timbersaw, but... See, Treeheart just puts help in the chats. That's great. If Nier, though, is running middle lane. Back to top lane, though, we're seeing a jump onto Slendy, but he is hasted, he just has that refraction. Noah comes in, has Dragontail up in 1, but in comes the Radiant. Coil's there on 3, but down goes the DK. They head to Ned, but Ned is a puck, should not die quite yet. Sugar Fate hits him, but he will actually orb, but he orbs into the trap, actually. Was not a full duration trap, so there's no damage, but now in comes the Earth once again, putting the slow there onto Ned, but Ned appears to be fine. Has orb, will jaunt, and the follow-up will not be there unless Maestro can find him, but his blink is being cancelled by the Fatal Bonds. Now, he's just straight up hitting Maestro. Let's see, this Dota series is crazy.
Yeah.
And stylistically, the way these two teams match up is just... actually so wild. It's that's way to put it. It's nutty. We're seeing Ned Smout is blinking in on Maestro, kills him with the silence, kills him with the Witchblade. The number 1 man who can kill Ned is now dead, and now Treeheart and Ned head over to the top 3 arrows. Noah comes in as well. Rentel is there onto Slendy. Now Soulbind is there onto Puck in the line. Puck has phase shift. Now they're leashed. Down goes Aegis, but in comes Jay. Jay is doing a lot of damage. Down goes Treeheart. Down goes Ned. Slendy, he's back. They Yules onto Noah. They head for Levi as well. Levi appears when he can escape, but now they head to Noah. Noah, he's tanky, but in comes Timber. In comes TA. Down goes the DK, and Vix is still working on that mid-tier 1 tower. Finally gets it, but guess where the Radiant are? They say, we don't want this long, massive game that lasts until, 50 minutes. We want to go high ground. And they're going high ground right here, right now. And Vix kills Maestro with the Omni Slash, but it appears not to matter, because Maestro cancels his TP, I believe. And now Coil's there. On to the tier 3 tower. Catacomb Ring is there. On to 4. This is a very important defense. Tower is low. Fingers there, but Near still survives! Chakram is there. Ned he bought back. He's trying to fight. They're headed to Jay. Jay is stunned, but he's still tanky. Silence there. Orb there. They're slowing at the mana drain. And now in comes Vix. Looking for Near, but Vix is still alive. In comes Noah. Stuns. Breathe fires. Near dead. They're trying to TP. Slendy's TP gets away. Jay might not be so lucky. He cannot TP. He has no TP. His courier's dead. And his life appears to be forfeit. Unless somehow he can escape here. He actually gets away!
Courier brought him a TP. I was like, oh, he has no TP, he's gonna die. I'm like, oh wait, no, his courier is giving, he's running away, but they don't realize he's running away. And it's like, oh wait, no, his courier is just showing them where he is. It's like, oh, it brought him a TP, he's fine.
That's when you commend your courier.
Yeah.
Thank you, courier, for your sacrifice. You've given your life for the cause. And that was a very clean retreat. They only lost Near, they forced out a buyback, and they actually got the full tier 3 tower.
Well, they do also lose Maestro in the mid lane, but
That was worthwhile sacrifice. I think he canceled Vix's TP there. Now we're seeing Jay, though, once again, heads on in with the chakrams. He's hexed by Treeheart. He's stunned by Treeheart, but Treeheart does not want to be involved in this for much longer. Jay wants that man, so does Maestro. He's hasted on Tiny. Down goes the line. It's such a sad day to be Treeheart. Affirmative indeed. He goes down for the 7th time this game, and I think that number is not going to stop going up anytime soon, at the rate it's going. Speaking of, thought there was a jump mid lane with the tail end of the haste route on Maestro, but they did not find a target they wanted to go on, so no second initiation with that one. Oh, if you're Nexty, you're down by 3k. They're kind of running at you. Do you try to weather the storm? Do you try to split push? What's the gameplay here?
I think you definitely need to weather the storm, because the only one capable of killing this Timber Saw is Juggernaut. The only one actually capable of killing basically anyone is Juggernaut, because if they can't die to Puck Burst, you have no more damage other than Finger of Death. And it's still level 1, so level 1 Finger of Death has a 160-second cooldown. So unless you only want to kill one person every, 2.5 minutes, then you're probably just going to sit there and try and weather the storm for now. Because their primary source of damage is Jug, and until he picks up enough items to be confident enough to fight, you're not going to fight.
Seems like a hard game, but you know what? Might as well try to roll the dice later rather than roll the dice now. Or perhaps they roll the dice now anyways. They're headed bottom lane, perhaps for Maestro, or perhaps for more valuable targets. Looking at the dire vision, they do not see Slendy, but they have to have somebody's in the area. They instead move over to Maestro. They find the guaranteed target. Dragon Tail is there, Witchblade is there, they orb. They kill. But Maestro has tanked the smoke gank. He has to be kind of happy with that one. Yeah, Banjo charge indeed. But Dire...
Finish the Ags.
Oh dear god. That man is large.
Yeah, good luck at ever killing that guy. You're gonna have to, perma-silence or stun him.
I mean, they have the stuns for it. The problem is, if you're using it all on Slendy, then there's this guy called Bristleback, and also this guy called Timbersaw that may be, pressing issues, considering those heroes also do need to be hit by those silences and stuns. I mean, if you can get the right team fight, 4-man Golem, maybe 3-man Earthspike, big Fatal Bond, big Silence, big Coil, the tools are there. And knowing Nexty, they're gonna sure as hell try to do it. Alright, back to the adventures of Jay, heads to Treeheart. He has a Yules, we'll cancel that TP. Treeheart will be death number 8 for him. Monster kill streak for Jay. All 8 might even be on Treeheart. And
It's actually very rough because he's very close to a Blink Dagger.
yeah, once he has the blink, the suffering will at least be alleviated somewhat, but... well, sometimes you just play a line, you suffer, you know?
Yeah.
You've been there. You know. Not sure what Jay's up to. He's extremely isolated. He's silenced. Has the Lotus. Coil is actually up for Ned. They may go for this one. Coil is used. Now in comes Hype. Coil is broken. In comes Omni Slash, but Jay is apparently fine. Catacall Freak even committed, but now in comes the TA in the backlines. Comes on into Levi. Levi is dead. Down goes the puck. It's a disaster for Nexty. Radiant are still fighting. They're running at Vix and running at Noah. Noah appears to be the immediate target. Chakrams are there on Noah. He's trying to fight. He's trying to survive, but he cannot do anything. He's tossed up. He's brought down into the grave. It's 3 more kills for nearly tilted. And well, this game appears to be snowballing out of control pretty fast.
Did Puck just get tossed twice?
I think so. I don't know.
Like, he was Grimstroke ulted, but I don't know what he was latched to. And it looked like he got tossed twice instead of the second latched target being tossed.
Grimstroke's a weird hero. Tiny's a weird hero. Don't ask me questions about those heroes, man. I have no idea. It seemed like it, but it's just Dota 2 for us sometimes.
So you know how Moonglaves bounce off buildings? What if Psyblades bounce the buildings behind them?
Don't give my fucking ideas, dude.
Psyblade's already broken enough. We don't need to
Do not give that hero, do not give that man any ideas. Alright, Metherax, they're dead top lane. Rangerax not long behind them. And looks like Nearly Tilted will perhaps retreat, perhaps go for more. Never mind, they opt for the retreat. Rashawn, it's still down actually for 2 more minutes. Vix, meanwhile, was on the split push, got that bottom tier 2 tower. Back to mid lane, near. He's fine, what am I saying? I'm like, he might get gone on by Nexty. He's showing the mid lane, it seems retreating, but he's a bristleback, so he's got bristles on his back. And won't die.
And that somehow makes him invincible. Yes.
Have you tried to, like, punch a porcupine? It's not a good idea.
Depending on how hard I punch him.
Maestro, meanwhile, goes on to Ned. Ned gets Maestro's courier, and can he blink away? Yes, he blinks away, but it's into the silence of Hype. Ned is trying to escape. He's being slowed. He's being chakram, but in comes the avalanche. He phase shifts in time, though, now. Needs to escape, but the escape is not there in time. Blink was on cooldown, and well, down goes Ned. That man has no buyback, and well, it may be set of racks number 2. His buyback is on cooldown as well, so they know. Avalanche is there, onto Treeheart. They try to force with Levi on the Treeheart, but it's the wrong direction, and well, once again, sad day to be Treeheart. He has his blink, but he once again joins his favorite spot this game. That is the grave, and Slendy destroys Levi in the back lines, and now we're seeing Vix is pushing in the bottom lane, but he does not push that fast. Back in the middle lane, there's 5 hitting that tower. Meister once again goes in, Avalanche tosses onto Noah. Noah got absolutely annihilated. Back to the bottom lane, Vix is hitting, the tower is fine. Back mid lane, tower is dead. Racks are dead, range racks are dead as well, and now they head to the T4s. Vix has a TP. He's hitting the tier 3. He might kill the tier 3, but well, the tier 4s are in danger. Alright, Coil is there, it's on 3, Silence is there as well. In comes Vix, he's hitting. Omni Slash is used, but Radiant are mostly okay. There's a 3-man stun from mine, there's a 4-man chaotic offering, they need to fight. Finger is used, down goes Jay, but down goes Treeheart. Maestro, low, Maestro, down, near, Slendy, they're trading. Aegis already down, Slendy, he's silenced, he's hit, he goes down, they stun, Fairtail, onto near, he's in danger, Vix is hitting, Hype is trying to help this man near out, Insult is there, onto near, but down goes Hype. It's trade though for Noah, and now near is in this 1v3 in the high ground, Vix is hitting, Ned is hitting, Levi is trying to hit as well, Spin is there, onto near, Blow Up is there, onto near as well, but near is under the tier 4s, Levi tries to TP away, but it is futile. Down goes the Warlock, and Near has Eternal Shroud up in 20. He's trying to fight, but now he's under this tier 3. Warlock buys back even. Near, he's still alive. He's next. He's stunned by Treeheart. He finally goes down. It's a full 5-man wipe for Nexty, but the defense, it is so incredibly costly.
There's a huge wave bottom, though.
Alright, so they get bottom racks as well somehow out of this. Maestro's there. Avalanche tosser there onto Ned, but Ned is completely fine. Maestro half HP has that Ghost Scepter. He will jump. Yules was there from Maestro without a creep, and now Hype has respawn. Raindrax are dead. In comes Hype, in comes Maestro. Blink is up in 2, but he will not find Ned in time. Now Silence is there, Witchblade is there, onto Maestro, Coil is used, Maestro is in danger, Ghost Scepter up in 3. Now in comes Treehard. Now they're both down together by Hype. In comes Jay, wants to kill both. Treehard certainly will die. Question is, can they find Ned? That's a hell no, actually. But somehow, in one lane, Dire have Equilibrium.
Radiant's
The Raindraks are dead bottom.
Yet your failure lives on.
What the hell is going on, man?
I don't know. It's somehow 27 to 24, but the game doesn't seem even at all.
This Nexty, I need to cast for a Nexty Dota series. This is just so much fun. It's just so fun. Well, it's what is this now? Roshan number 6 of the series. Second one this game. Nier and Slendy are in the pit, and well, the Roshan will no longer be in the pit quite soon. Aegis heads to Nier this time. The Shard heads to TA, the Cheese to TA as well, so that's where all the stuff's going this time around.
Shard's on Bristleback.
Oh, it is. So TA bought her own Shard, so now Bristle has a Hairball, which... not sure why he has it, but he has it. Maybe it's good this game.
Surprised they didn't put the Shard on the Timber, and you could just flamethrower the buildings.
Maybe they just don't need more push. They say, you know what, we have this Bristle, we have this TA, we have this Tiny even, we're good. I don't know. I think the flamethrower makes sense, but maybe Nier's thinking, hey, I am Bristle, give me stuff. And now he has stuff. Well, looks like it's the final Tier 2 Tower Siege of the series, unless somehow Nexty can bring this one back. Maestro will look for a jump in the backlines. Found on some creeps. Meanwhile, though, Jay is slowly bringing this tower down. The creeps have arrived. The back door is now down. They're hitting it with 4. Tower is now once again dead. We're seeing Nexty are cutting waves bottom. They're shoving in the mid lane. They're pushing in the top lane. They want their equilibrium to be as good as possible for what could be the ultimate high ground defense. The tower, though, is once again being sieged. Now Dire are returning. Their teeth being in with the tower. It's down to 1/3 HP already. TA is hitting. Tiny is hitting. Bristle. It's just so much damage. The glyph is used, but Dire, they need a jump, and they need a jump now. Now in comes Noah, in comes Ned. Ned is in the middle, has a silence there on 2-2, but he's not committed his coil quite yet. And now Vix is hitting. In comes Maestro from the backline. Looks onto the puck. The puck has an Aeon Disc. Now Omnislash is used, but Nier is still alive and has that Aegis. It's now popped. And now Ned comes in, coils there onto, it's the Tiny and the TA. And the backlines are seeing Noah went onto Hype, but could not find him. Now Dragon Tail's there onto Noah, but Slendy is dead. Hype is dead. We're seeing Maestro goes down as well, and now Nier is isolated, as is Jay. There's the two of them fighting into 5. The Racks are still alive as well, and now Nier is hexed. He's trying to fight. Shotguns are going, but they're trying to cut these heroes around. Down goes Treehard once again, but now the upheaval is being used, but Nier is going in once again. He's slowing up on everybody. Jay goes in. Chaotic Offering. It's used on both. Levi, low. Noah, low. Dragon Tail, there. Levi, dead. Noah, dead. Triple kill for Nier. Ned trying to fight. There's 6 stacks on the puck, and now Vix spins. Down goes Ned. It's an ultra kill for Nier. Give him the rampage at this point. Vix, he's trying to fight. It's a full rampage for Nier. Juggernaut, Vix, he buys back. But the defenders, they have eroded to the quill sprays in the nasally goo for Bristle, and now Nier is bringing this man to the fountain. He buys a Kaya and a Sanj. He's now in the fountain at this point. They're tipping this man, and they head to the racks. Jay is an objective gamer, and the creeps have arrived once again. It's the defense. It looked so good for so long. With the melee racks, they have fallen. The range racks will not be far behind them. It'll be full on mega creeps. For the side of Newly Tilted. And now in comes Treehard. Stuns in the J. Hex is there onto Nier. But in comes Vix. He's spinning. Now Nier's once again backlines. But Radiant have returned to the fight. Soulbind is there on both. Lion buys back. Jug. DK. They're at the fountain. Nier is tanking the fountain. The quill sprites are killing everybody in the fountain. The GG is gone. And for Nearly Tilted, they pick up a 2-0 victory over Nexty in what might have been the best series of this last season so far.
I don't really have much to say. I think that game just kind of talked for itself.
I feel bad for Nexty, man. I really do.
I feel bad for Treehard. Look at his inventory. That man's down bad.
Oh no.
2 fluffy hats still dies to Bristleback in like 2 hits.
He's got 2 fluffy hats. No. That's never a good sign. That's how you know you're not only you're down bad, you're like in the pits of Tartarus at that point. That's how down bad you are if you have 2 fluffy hats and support like that. It's
He took more damage than Slendy did.
oh my god. Pretty hard. You see damage reduced 16%. Dear god, it's so sad. There's just no survival.
It's not like he was playing bad, it's just a really rough line game. I mean, I guess if Radiant didn't have Roshan, that's really different. Obviously, the Omni Slash solo killing the Bristleback, but he just lived through Aegis and then gets a Rampage because Jug can't hit him. The only time Jug can hit him is during spin, but I don't think he had Shard yet, so he really couldn't. I guess one other thing to point out about that last team fight was there was a really good play by Slendy. The Lion was waiting to stun the Bristleback the moment he was about to become unhexed, and that would have removed all the stacks from everyone of the nasal goo because they would have ran out. But the TA from Death, obviously still able to pop her traps, silences the Lion, and Nier becomes unhexed and is able to get another nasal goo stack on everyone. That's actually what caused Puck to die, because Puck had like 7 or 8 stacks of nasal goo on him, and he got hit by the double quill spray of the hairball, and that was the ultra kill for Nier during his Rampage.
You would give an MVP for the series? Who are you giving it to? I think Maestro.
I think Maestro game 1, yeah. However, game 2, probably Jay. Jay just took that game over.
Alright, then, do you have any final analysis on this series before I go into my usual outro shorto situation?
Not really, no.
Alright, then, do you have any final words, call-outs, shout-outs to say the people of League of Lads and twitch.tv/BadgerPablo?
Yeah, friendly reminder. City Morgue. You tag him, we bag him.
Thank you. But thank you for tuning in tonight for a very entertaining 2-0 victory for Nearly Tilted over Nexty. Game 1 was an all-time banger, and Game 2 was pretty good as well. If you want me to cast your games, cast your tournaments, you know where to find me. Same spot as always. Badger number 5713 on the Discord, and please, just go contact me. I will cast your games. I have nothing better to do at this time. Now that Lads games are wrapping up. So yeah. Have a great night, and thanks for watching.